Give me 1 second, I will.
Yeah. And we're going to start in about 3 minutes, and then we're going to record it. And and I got some really California. I heard it's 9 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, hit the record button, and I'm assuming some more people are going to join us here.
I had a
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Shoot. I think I'm recording on my computer, and I meant to record to Zoom.
Recording in progress.
Okay, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to have a discussion about something you should be doing really every single day, and that is scripting. And normally you're in a program where it tells you to go after your friends and family. And I'm like, you could do that, but that's secondary. By the way, you guys can see my screen, yes?
Yes.
Very good. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to get this book from me shortly here. We're going to send you a copy of this scripts, and we've been getting some really good feedback from many of you. We've got some script training in the probate book. We've got a task book. We got a bio book. We put them all together into this beautiful book called Scripts for Vendors. And if you said, by the way, people keep pouring in here. I'm letting them in the, so if you said, well, what do I say to a vendor. And let's start off with, let's say we're only going after probate. Guys, it's PDR, probate, divorce, retirement home. Those are the three easiest things for any real estate agent to an account to get. PDR, probate, divorce, retirement homes. Why? Because you don't need anybody in your SOI to introduce you to PDR. You just need vendors who already have the accounts. And so I'm going to jump into this. Again, this is the book. You're all going to get it. We're going to post it today. And what it's going to look like is, do you know any of these vendors? So let's say I asked Kimberly in California, do you know any of these vendors? So Kimberly, I'm just going to just turn to this page right here. We go, Bryan, what are the 5 vendors? And I'd say, Kimberly, do you know, thanks for interacting, Kimberly. Do you know anybody that's a notary, a paralegal that works at a title company, is an estate sales or an appraiser? What would you
Title
say?
company.
Yeah, title
I'd say
companies.
yes.
And if you don't know the other ones, by the time we do this quickly through this flip book, you're going to see, well, how do I get a hold of estate liquidators? Guys, there's a limited amount of estate liquidators in your market. There's a limited amount of probate attorneys. I mean, it could be 300, but there's still a limited amount. We don't want to do any mailing campaigns, no cold calling, no buying lists. All we need to do is be introduced by vendors. And there's people on this call right now that have already contacted estate liquidators, paralegals, and notaries and asked the question. If you say, what's the question? Well, let me turn the page here. And so it really starts off with sifting your CRM, finding out who do you know that's a vendor to probate attorneys. And then you go, well, how do you find more if you can't find any? There's an agent I was talking to yesterday. He goes, I don't have any friends. I'm new to a city. I said, perfect. All you need is vendors. So it's like, how do you find more vendors? Right here, how do you find more vendors? To provide you an introduction. Well, there's a little video here.
If you do not personally know any of the 5 key vendors involved in probate transactions, ask your favorite loan officer for introductions. Be resourceful. You are now an account executive. Find a way to build up your vendor list. They are your acres of diamonds. If needed, just ask AI for help.
So what happened, if you watched last week's video, if you haven't seen it yet, project84.biz. Project84.biz, there's a video where I interviewed one of our agents in Washington, D.C., who did not know any estate liquidators. He just asked AI for the top 10, called 5, nobody returned his call until he hit a follow-up of one of them, and he's already been on the listing appointment. All this happened in less than 3 weeks, starting a brand new niche he's never done in his life. He started a new niche to go after probate attorneys by getting introduced from these 5 vendors. He started with estate liquidators. He could have started with anybody. He just happened to start with estate liquidators and just asked AI for help. So the beginning of this book is, do you know any of these vendors? Then it's, well, how do I find more vendors? How do you leave a voicemail if they don't pick up their phone? If you said, Bryan, what exactly should I say if they don't pick up their phone? Well, just do this. Hey, it's Kimberly. I lead a few professionals who specialize in probate property. We require a person in your profession. Call me if you have any interest. Now, I want you guys' feedback on here. I don't want to be lecturing. I want to be collaborating. And since Kimberly's the only brave one and John, who took their microphone off and have no barking dog in the background. Kimberly, I didn't ask Kimberly in advance, so I don't know what she's going to say. but what do you think of the voicemail?
I actually love it because I was going to ask you that today. I actually did call a couple and I didn't leave a voicemail because I wasn't sure what to say on the voicemail. So I think this is perfect, and I think that it's vague enough that they would still have curiosity to call back.
That was beautiful. I love how she recapped that. It's vague enough, and it's hitting a point where we require a person in your profession.
Yeah.
And so the challenge today, people, is can you make 3 calls today? And you go, to who am I
Yeah.
supposed to call, Brian? Right here, these vendors. If you don't know anybody, let's go to this video where it says, by the way, can you guys, if you have a music on in the background or people in your background, can you mute yourself?
You know, the guy last week said he sent a video voicemail to the estate liquidator when he couldn't get her on the phone.
Jackie, wonderful what you just brought up. Jackie in Maryland, watch what she's got. Here's what Jackie observed last week.
We recommend that you try again. Their introduction later to a probate attorney is very valuable. They may not have ignored you, but rather they could be busy. Send a videogram, that is a message you say into your cell phone video camera. The script. Hello, Sarah. This is Bob. I am working with a group of professionals who want to work in the probate business. It would be great to talk with you. Let me know. Thanks.
Thank you for bringing that up, because it's literally was our next thing we were going to cover here this morning. And that is, if you leave voicemails for people, they may not call you back. We all know that to be true. So what James did, he just put his camera out in front of him, recorded it, said, hey, Jess, her name is Nina. Hey, Nina, I left you a voicemail. I'm working with a group of professionals who want to work probate. It'd be great to talk with you. You know, you can ad lib like that. But what Jackie was talking about was, how do you reach out to somebody after you reach out in a voice, you call them, you get a voicemail, you leave the voicemail message. And if they don't return your call within a day, hit them with a video. Jackie,
Can
what
I
do you
ask a question?
think? Go ahead.
So who are the professionals? Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but they're gonna ask what if they ask you, well, who are the professionals? I'm working with a group of professionals. You turn the page, but
No, that's a great question. Thanks for, in fact, Janice, if you could make a note of it, we'll make sure we're going to put that in the book. If somebody says to you, who are the professionals?
right.
Well, let me answer that. If you ask me that question, let's say you are the estate liquidator and you ask me, Brian, who are the other professionals? We know that other people want probate attorney business besides estate liquidators, and I happen to hold a real estate license. By the way, if you notice, I'm not going to say I'm a realtor. That's a bit of a turnoff to a lot of people, but I'm in the real estate business. So the answer to your question is, who else is a professional? Appraisers are looking for probate attorneys all the time. Can somebody give me, maybe you have the reason, why are appraisers looking for probate business?
Because the appraisers, I don't know.
No, go
I
for it.
really
Go
do.
for it.
Okay.
You're halfway home.
So, the appraisers are appraising these properties that are in a probate, correct?
That's exactly right. And why are appraisals needed in probate? By
Because
law,
they have to determine the value of the property.
on
They
the
have
date
to,
of death.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
The appraisers do that? They have to determine the date of death?
Yeah. So if the guy died 3 years ago, it
Okay.
isn't today's market value. It's 3 years ago in 12 days or whenever grandpa died on October 11th.
Interesting. I didn't
So-
know that.
So the appraiser when you contact an appraiser through this scripting and you get their voicemail and you send a videogram and you say, hey, this is Renata. I'm in real estate. I work with a group of professionals who work in probate. We need somebody like you. Call me back if you have any interest. You guys are going to get pinged back. You're not selling anything. You're not asking them to sign up. There's an agent. I don't know if she's on the call with us. I talked to her yesterday in Tennessee. She has 50 people in her group. It's like she's got her own BNI. She's sitting on a gold mine. I don't think you need 1,200 people in your CRM. You need about 12.
Oh,
And they're called vendors. It isn't friends and family. I know people with 10,000 people in their CRM with no listings, with no accounts.
yep.
We are purely account driven. If you're here to talk about geographic farming, FSBO, you're at the wrong place. If you want to get an account per quarter and you're contacting, by the way, this is only probate. We're going to have a separate section of the book for retirement homes. We're going to have a separate section of the book for probate, divorce, retirement homes. We'll get into
How about relocation accounts?
who asked that?
Oh, me, Kimberly.
Kimberly. The answer is yes, Kimberly. My specialty wasn't probate. I'm really good at probate. Mine was Fortune 500 corporate accounts,
Right.
third-party relocation accounts.
Mhm.
I didn't care if I had to pay 40% referral fees. I just was trying to make $100,000 a month.
Mhm.
And people shy away from corporate relo because they take so much. But I look at it this way. If it's $1 million sale and they're taking 440%, it's like a $600,000 sale without a referral fee. So
Right.
I'm happy to pay referral fees every single month and every deal that I do. As long as I make it
Mhm.
100 grand a month net. I don't
I'm
care what I
lost.
pay you. What's that?
I'm lost. And maybe I thought I came in at the very beginning. I'm a little lost, but I'm going to keep listening to you.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Ask your
so
question. I might set it aside, but what's your
Yeah.
question?
okay. So how, I have to have an account. Now, what does that mean?
Good. I'll take that question.
Okay, thank you.
If you know a probate attorney, excuse me, I don't want you to know a probate attorney. I don't want you to know a divorce attorney. I want you to know vendors.
These vendors, 5. These 5 vendors. Okay,
Right.
I'm
Now,
good. Okay,
retirement homes, it's a different set. Divorce
okay,
attorney, it's a completely different set. Corporate
gotcha.
relocation, Kimberly, it's a whole new set.
Okay,
But the approach is similar. The principles are the same. You guys, you're in right now, you're in part of the Golden Goose Academy, training how to get accounts. We think we're the only school in America because KW doesn't have it,
no,
HP doesn't have it,
nope,
Remax doesn't have it, Coldwell Banker doesn't have it.
nope.
Part of it is they'll teach us FSBOs and expireds and geographic farming and door knocking and
Yep.
but not accounts. And when we say you get an account per quarter, it's because your vendors all already have accounts. The notary isn't getting out of the yellow pages all her leads. She probably knows 10 probate attorneys and 10 title companies who know what? 10 probate attorneys. So we're just professional networkers who are pulling together the question that was asked earlier about who the other professionals are.
Mhm.
Well, the other professionals are who else wants an account? An appraiser wants an account. By the way, if you were an appraiser, would you guys rather have somebody speak up who hasn't said anything just yet? If you're an appraiser, would you rather do 5 probate appraisals this week or 5 mortgage appraisals? Somebody who hasn't said anything yet, jump in here. What would you rather have? You only can pick one or the other.
Probate. Probate.
Why? Why?
The probate's not gonna fall apart.
Well, there's no Fannie Mae guidelines.
Oh,
There's
Mhm.
no appraisal writer.
oh,
Ask your favorite your appraiser. Would you rather have probate introduction, probate attorneys, or loan officer introductions? Everybody's going to say the same thing. They want probate because the transaction has no deadline. The appraisal is not
Mhm.
deadline oriented like it is in a mortgage.
Yep,
Plus, you're not going to have a realtor fight you and scream at you if the house isn't appraised,
true.
because it's got to match what? The sale contract.
Wow.
Appraisals will line up every day. So one of the vendors that you know what, well, it's right here on the list. Appraisers are right here. So guys, just call the appraiser. Ask, if you don't know appraisers, ask your loan officer or ask AI. Then you're going to leave a voicemail. But if they pick up the phone, all you're trying to do, if they pick up the phone, is, hey, I'm going back to, hey, it's Kimberly Talage out in California. Kimberly says, what I'm hoping to do is get together with you to find out how I can introduce you and something about your business. Kimberly, can we meet day after tomorrow at Starbucks?
Sure, we can. You're buying.
Yeah. You know what, Kimberly, that's about it. It's just, I lead a group of professionals that want to get probate. And I actually do PDR, probate, divorce, and retirement homes. They're going to lean in even further because they want divorce attorneys to give out their name if they're an appraiser.
Mhm.
Because when Patty and I got divorced in 2013, we could not agree on the value of the house. Of course we didn't, getting divorced. She wanted a real high number and for me to buy her out. And I said, well, get the house appraised and I'll live with that. So divorce attorneys want appraisers. Probate attorneys want appraisers. So this isn't about your friends and family. This is all about your vendors who already have accounts. By the way,
Mhm.
if your appraiser says, I don't do probate, I want to get into it, Kimberly, well, then just keep dialing. We're trying to find somebody that is already attached. And how do you know?
Okay.
They're going to brag about it. Kimberly,
Mhm.
I know so many probate attorneys. Now, they're not going to give you the name and number on that call because
True.
it's too early in the relationship.
Right.
But they can't wait to have you sit down at Starbucks. Because when you said on the call, I want to find out how to introduce you. So Brian, the appraiser, says, Kimberly, on the call, how am I going to introduce you? I'll tell you what, let's meet at Starbucks. I probably need maybe 5 or 10 of your business cards. And I want to find out how to introduce you and who you want to be introduced to. Well, Kimberly, I can't wait for the meeting.
Okay, so I'm gonna find an appraiser and he's gonna or she's gonna agree to meet with me. What is my job? Am I a realtor? What I'm just lost. I don't
That's okay.
understand.
Let's go with the next one. So leave a message. What do I do next if they don't respond? Send a
Okay.
confirmation recap, which basically, I'll see you Tuesday at 2, right? Whatever your time is. Why? They need a professional response from you in an email. You want to make sure they show up.
Yeah.
Now, they probably will because you're saying, I want to introduce you to probate attorneys. They're going to probably show up. But we do want to be professional and make what? An emotional deposit. everything that we do here is based on the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Anybody, for bonus points, know what year that was written?
Oh, wow.
Tom, you're not that old. Out of Chicago? Not that old, but what year was it written? Okay, too long. 1936. Before there
I
was
would say
CRM.
1923.
Yeah, you were close. So the principles in the book, How to Win Friends, is this very thing we're doing right here. We're not cold calling, we're not mailing, we're not doing anything to the probate attorney, the PDR. We're not going to call the probate or the divorce or the retirement home. We're not going to call anybody. We're going to get a warm introduction by a vendor who is already working with them. I'm just going to say this about retirement homes. The person who can introduce you to the director of the retirement home is quite possibly the food services company, the lawn services company, the janitorial services company, anybody that goes to retirement homes and services them, or CPAs and financial planners who have elderly clients who need to shuffle money around to move to a retirement home. We're not going to get into that today. We're going to teach you how to do that. If you want to get a retirement home, don't cold call the retirement home. You'll get introduced by their vendors once you start becoming friends with them. So you sent the email confirmation. See you Tuesday at 2. Now you're going to research them. Before you go meet anybody, we got to gather some intel about the appraiser or the estate liquidator.
It is wise to know quite a bit about the VC vendor connector before you sit down at the cafe. What did you learn from their website? What is your takeaway after you saw their LinkedIn account?
So if you want to know, Bryan, what do I do? Well, it's all right here. It's on this page. It says, did you go to their LinkedIn? Did you go to their website? Have they been in business since 1936? Did they start last year? Do they not have a website? This introducer could bring you $100,000 a year from one account. So let's make sure that we know something about her before we get there to Starbucks. Go to LinkedIn, check them out. It's going to lead the dialogue while you're doing your sit down at Starbucks or the title company or wherever you're sitting down. And we're also going to give you, there'll be a PDF at the bottom of this page, the 9 questions you're going to ask them when you're sitting with them at Starbucks. Because you might go, what am I supposed to do when I'm sitting here? You're there to make a friend.
Yeah.
You're not asking for anything. You're not asking to be introduced to their probate attorneys. It's too early. It's just the first date. You don't say, oh, by the way, can you help me? We're not going to ask for any help at all at the first meeting. It's too aggressive.
Yeah.
And if you take your time, you know, CRMs, people try to push a button, get a listing to pop out. And that's transactional relationships. We want to go after rainmaker relationships. Spend some time with people. If you plant an orchard tree, an apple tree, you can eat off that apple tree for about, the life of an apple tree is about 20, 25 years. And it keeps getting you fruit every single year. But if you're doing things with your CRM, you push a button, you hope something comes out. You push a button, hope something comes out. Guys, all we need is 3, 4, 5 relationships. And now before we get out of this thing, what I want to do, I want you guys to go at some point here to project84.biz. We have a new video for you. And that is, if you have just one account and you do 7 deals a year. Now, this is all on video on the screen I'm about to show you. If you have one account, one referral partner that gives you just 7 deals a year, and you're making 10 grand, you made 70 grand, right, from that account. But do you know that your business is now worth about $120,000? It's not worth 70. If you have a source that keeps repeating every year, that for at least 3 years in a row, and you keep earning 70 grand from somebody, there's a multiple. A 1.7 is the multiple for realtors to say, if you're making about 58,000 a year from one source, from your referral sources, your account's really worth 100 grand if you're going to sell it to somebody else, because that's going to pay off for years once you hand your account off to somebody else. When I got the Deutsche Financial Services account, it was just like an agent like Jackie. Jackie's moving to a different state. Jackie says, Bryan, I'm going to introduce you to my contact. And the people wanted 100 grand for that introduction. I said, I'll give you 25,000 up front, and I'll pay you the other 75,000 on transactions. This was in the early 1990s. I've been doing business buying and selling accounts. Other agents are trying to go after CRMs. I'm like, no, I trade in accounts, not in looking for my next deal. By the way, there's a video here if you want to have 2 or more accounts, a video here if you just want to have 1 account. Just kind of watch what I have to share with you on that and how the math works. But let's wrap this up with possible wrong screen, possible questions you guys might have. But I'm not going to go through, because you're going to have the book in a minute. Just go through here. How do you research the vendor? How do you practice your pitch? And we'll give you the pitch. When you show up at Starbucks, you're going to go, what am I going to say? We're going to tell you right here. And what to bring with you. When you show up at the dance, bring flowers, right? You know, bring a topic. And then, so this last section is just meeting with the other person. Now, what's coming soon is, what do I do before section 3? Section 2 is hanging out with your vendors, volunteering, going to events together, fun stuff. That's section 2. Section 3 is how you get introduced to their probate attorney, their divorce attorney. And what do you do when you get to, when you're sitting down with a probate attorney? You might say, Bryan, what am I supposed to say? Do I ask for business? No, we do not go in asking. We go in giving. It's just a matter of time. The flow will happen. The listings will start coming out, because we're not realtors. We are resources. And you'll see when you get into this, it's just resisting the temptation to go, somebody give me business. That's not what account executives do. They're patient to help other people, and your income could be unlimited based on the amount of accounts that you want to have and how many assistants that you bring in.
Once we get an account, what does that look like? Am I the realtor that will be helping the probate attorney sell the home? Is that the end goal here, or?
Jacqueline, can you answer that? Jackie?
Mhm.
Can you answer that?
I mean, yeah, eventually they'll give us business, and we
Oh,
will
no.
be selling the homes.
Okay, so this is for realtors. This is for realtors. Is that our end goal, is to get business and to sell these properties? I must have missed something.
No,
But
that's exactly
please
right.
forgive me. Please forgive me.
What company are you with?
I am with EXP. I'm a dual agent. I'm a realtor and a mortgage loan originator.
By the way, Ronaldo, we have a whole different conversation for loan officers, and
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, book a meeting with me.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I won't go into it, but I've worked with so many loan officers how to get accounts. But so I appreciate you sharing about why the disconnect, because you're a loan officer as well. But this is primarily this book is for realtors. There's a different approach for loan officers,
Got you.
but it's close. But
Okay.
the goal is one probate attorney, close 7 deals in the next 12 months.
That's a good goal.
Go get a second probate attorney
Yeah.
because you want to do 14 a year.
Yes, I do.
Expand the account by treating that golden goose so
Yeah.
well. I mean, we bought baseball tickets, third baseline, 6th row, St. Louis Cardinals. They were great seats. Do you think the attorney would want to go to a ball game? Do you
Yeah.
think an appraiser would want to go to a ball game?
Yeah.
You take people to a sporting event.
Yeah.
If you're making 50 or 100 grand a year,
You can afford it.
you
It's
can
tax deductible.
take care of the golden goose. Now we're going to cover that. We're going to end here in a second, but we're going to take section 2 and section 3. We're going to add more stuff to this pretty fast. What we're doing is we're merging our other training books and kind of putting it all together. So your takeaway, guys, I need kind of a quick round table. What's your takeaway? I'm looking for you to contact 3 people in the next 7 days. Kimberly, go first.
I think that this is actually super helpful because I wasn't really sure what to do when I have that meeting. Here's actually, I have a question. So I believe I told you about the escrow officer that I know that also owns the company. And then this is just if I kind of get any pushback from anybody. And then not that she gave me pushback, but she basically was like, I'm work through my lunch hour and don't do anything and I don't go out to eat or any of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, when do you have time for me to come over to your office? And she was like, oh, I'll let you know. Maybe we can have, dinner one day with your dad. Like, that sounds like no time in the future. So what would you do about that?
By the way, was I sharing my screen earlier?
Yes.
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 Hallelujah. I was afraid I wasn't.
Mhm.
So Kimberly, what was the profession she's in?
She owns the escrow company.
Okay, beautiful. And she has no time for a sit down with you?
Yeah. But
I-
I've known her for my 22 years or something. Like, it's not that she wouldn't help me because she would. She just is like, well, I don't have time for lunch and I don't have time for, everything basically.
Well,
Then
yeah,
she could be a
actually,
connector. You don't necessarily even have to sit down with her. If you've known her that long and you guys have been
That's what
working
I was
for that
thinking.
long, then it's not
Yeah.
about sitting down with her. It's about who can she connect you to. It's like, great, I understand that you don't have time, but I'm looking to be connected to these people. And because you've had such a breadth of life in this business, I know that you know who the people that I need to connect with are. And then say
For
what you're
sure.
for. Like, you don't have
Yeah.
to
Okay.
chat with her. You know her.
Yeah. Then that's even better. If I wasn't sure how to,
It's-
get with that workaround,
it's
but
interesting. Some people's relationship, you can, as Ariel out of California was saying, because you're in California as well, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's how hard can you push that friendship where it's kind of
Mhm.
Sally, can you introduce me?
Mhm.
Here's another thought on that. And that is, your title company, I'm assuming you guys want to meet more probate attorneys, or is it financial planners? I would ask her, she's got a rep in her title company.
Yeah.
Actually, if you dropped it down and did not meet with her,
Mhm.
and you met with, I don't go for what's
Right.
called veto. Veto is a very important top officer. It's a great book called Selling the Veto. You don't start with veto. You did, Kimberly. You went to veto. And my
Mm-hmm.
encouragement is if you went down the food chain
Mhm.
and you met with a title company rep and
Uh-huh.
just go backwards. Start toward the bottom and work your way up. Now, if she's too busy for you and her title company reps, then I do exactly what we're talking about right now. I mean, literally every day, I'm looking for the entry-level person who can take me up further and further and further. And so if you go backwards to the title company rep and say, Sarah, I'm doing this probate thing. Do you guys have any experience with that? She goes, every
Mhm.
day. Get with her, and she'll get the attention of your friend, and your friend will go, what is Kimberly doing? Because eventually we're trying to get to veto. the golden goose, the very important top officer. So
Right.
I'd actually, without a hesitation, I would go back to, I'd go backwards. I'd start at the bottom, work your way up. By the way, contact 4 title companies, not 1. Ask 4 different title companies, the title company rep. You know, I want to do probate, pure probate's my career. Do you guys have any experience with that? They're going to
Mhm.
sell you. Oh my gosh, we do them every day. Well, I'd love to get together, find out how I can introduce you. You didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
You're saying, how could I introduce you? And
Mhm.
they're paid to take meetings with realtors. So
Okay.
the question is, what are you going to do this week, everybody? It's almost like if you could put in a chat before you guys leave, how many people are you going to see that are on this list of vendors before we meet again in 7 days? Just put what your thing is there, because the bulldog is on the call with us. And the bulldog, a lot of you met as Merlin, and she's tracking what people are doing, because I want to know, we've got people on this call also that are qualifying for the thoroughbred level. The thoroughbred level, you'll get more of my time. We're going to look at different ways to help you expand more agents to help you in your market, because everybody here wants 3 to 5 agents, a little bit around them. If you guys are A players, you want B players, because B players will go to networking events for you. B
Mhm.
players will bring you introductions. You know, I'm just going to go back to Kimberly. Imagine you had 3 agents in your marketplace. They were newer to the company or whatever the case, and you had them
Mhm.
go to networking functions whenever those title companies have an event. And they go,
Oh, yeah, that's
"We
the
gotta
plan.
meet." Huh?
That's the plan.
Yeah. And then Kimberly, what's going to happen is they're going to go to networking events and say, you got to meet Kimberly. She knows how to get you introduced, who you're looking for. All they have to do
Mm.
at a networking event is say, who are you looking to get introduced to? Well, you got to meet Kimberly. Now you're getting meetings
Okay.
booked for you.
Mhm.
Guys, we just need 1 account per quarter. How do you know you have an account? The first listing came out. That's it. That
Okay.
means take care of the golden goose, because he's got 7 a year to give you. I don't want to keep you
Mhm.
guys longer, even really polite. Thanks, Kimberly, for jumping in here. Renata, Jackie,
Okay.
Tom, anybody who, Ariel, thank you for your insight. So guys, this is a recording. We're going to share it with you. If you want to watch it again, we'll let you know where it is. We're also going to give you
Yes.
guys a copy of the book, Script for Vendors. We're coming out with Script for Personal Contacts as well, because you do have people in your CRM that are connected to PDR, probate, divorce, retirement home, and eventually relocation, CPAs. That's like 2nd tier account executive training. Level 1 is PDR, probate, divorce, retirement home. They're easy to get into. But relocation companies and CPAs and financial planners, it's almost a higher level. And we'll get to that. But first, let's get your first account. Thank you so much. Leave your comments
Thank
in the chat room if you can about
Thank
what your
you.
commitment next 7 days.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks,
Brian,
Brian.
how do I reach you? Are you,
Put your email address
Okay.
in there and we'll reach you.
okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You betcha. And when you guys are done, we're going to stop the recording and
Recording stopped.